All right. Let me just get comfortable. There we go. All right. Good morning, everyone, again, and welcome to another day trading with Kish. Putting this feedback on so we could look at that. Very nice. So yesterday we were looking at the likelihood that DXY would want to kind of pump back up inside this little imbalance right here, or 50% of this range before giving us some more downside. Very nice to see that yesterday's, I think this fib is misplaced. I don't remember, 1160. There we go, that looks better. So yeah, now we kind of pumped right back up inside this imbalance. And again, the imbalance I'm referring to is the closing price of this candle to the opening price of this candle right here. So this is technically the low end of the imbalance. If you want to be precise, the high is 1163. And the open is somewhere 1158, which is pretty much this. So very nice to see. So now I'm interested in seeing lower prices, much lower prices. If we zoom up a little on this price action, it's a big indecision day, a big indecisive day. So I am not very interested in arrays inside this day. The only thing worth noting for me is that it's a large range day that was outside of this one. Outside of that, I'm just interested in this candle's low. That's what I'm interested in, because this is now the highest closing up candle that retraced inside the range. So taking this low should set up what I've been waiting for. All the way to Galilee down here. So I'm going into the day with a modestly bearish, because I don't have confirmation yet. This could be retracement to the imbalance and then scream. But I think that FOMC is likely to do this, but I'm not sure. So I'm leaning on what I see and waiting for what they do. That's all we can do right at this point. Either we stay out or we stick to the bias we have, continue to focus on what invalidates our setups. And yeah. So I want to go long NAS, naturally. This high right here, I don't remember what it is. I think it's this candle's high. Look at this line, is this candle's high. It would be very nice if that manipulation this morning kind of pumped it down into 50% of this candle, maybe a little bit below. Then I would really appreciate that, because now my first target would be, what are the chances that they want to run back to this candle's high? Ignoring this week, I don't want to see what are the chances that they want to run back to this high, and kind of just tap back into that. The close was 579, and that high just a little bit off. So yeah, I'd like to see them kind of pump back up inside Monday's high, taking this and then show me if we're really bullish or is this chop fest. But it's the first part of the month, so you have to allow, but you don't have to, but you should allow for the first part of the month, the first week at least, to kind of validate, invalidate, or show you that you need to sit and wait for more information. At the moment, I want to be bullish, but it's not confirmed yet. I'm liking what I'm seeing, but it's not confirmed yet. Invalidation, this candle's low. Trading below, anywhere below this candle's low. And I'll take NAS off and go back to this. Pretty far, but that's what I want for DXY weakness. We've been watching that for some time now. So that's what I'm looking at. The non-event, I think Ed was trading this. What's this now? Order block vibes, rejection block, low of that candle. Not convincing, unclear. We need displacement away from here if I was trading this. I like the idea of trading it, but because it's been weird lately, I'm a little bit hesitant to touch this pair because it seems that weak DXY is giving life to JPY. So as DXY is falling, JPY is being strong. So this looks like it wants to push lower. Same ideas for gold. I was looking at previous weekly low and the chance that they don't want to push back down inside here. Previous weekly low swept, down candle, taken. Don't think it got back to this candle's high. Looks like it did. 45.63. The low is 45.99. So it didn't really get back to this candle. And a little bit of imbalance inside here. I would have wanted that for the long-term buys I want. I don't know if FOMC is going to do that, but for now, I'm still leaning on this guy needs to trade higher. Same thing here, high prices. This now looks sus, especially if it's above this candle's high. Yeah, this is sus. Order block, displacement, relatively equal highs. So this is liquid, well, relatively equal lows. This is liquidity resting above the order block. Why not? Why not take this? So GU wouldn't be on my radar. Never really is, but yeah. Back inside the order block, same idea here. I want to see if we can pump back up in the Monday's high, fill in this bit of imbalance here, even though Tuesday looked like it already did that. So we need a market structure shift or opposing liquidity run down here. And then we could start framing more upside. EU. I'm straight up bullish EU. It just looks very bullish. I've been playing around scalping this guy this morning, but higher prices. I'm leaning on higher prices, which makes me want to see this guy fall. Didn't check the price of the day, which is the likely price I would expect this guy to trade to. Not trade to and stop, but trade to. So I'll check the group. Or Bankolic is on the call. Holla at your boy. Yeah, I've been singing that this guy needs to go lower, so nothing more to talk about on the daily chart. And this and oil should also be bullish. So far, there's nothing on the daily chart that invalidates the ideas that we've been holding for the past 2 weeks. So we get the lower time frames. It's all about what's setting up right now that's tradable. Let's take a look. DXY is on M5. We don't start analysis on M5, M15 minimum. So this was the draw that we're looking at yesterday. I don't need it now. Very nice. Resistance broken becomes support idea. Pumped it up into the midpoint of, I think this was the H1 FEG. No, it wasn't. It was the last area of order flow. I don't think I need to go over that. I think I mentioned it in the call why I picked this low out of everything else. And this is the imbalance, so beautiful run. So now relatively equal lows here, market maker model vibes, which means take this resistance, push lower. That's what I'm leaning on. Let's zoom out a little. What's this? So I did a whole lot of H1 analysis yesterday, which makes sense because it's the start of the month. So that's my order block. Trade it up, fill in this candle's low, this candle's high. Traded back inside it, didn't completely fill it in. So now this becomes a failure swing because it didn't take liquidity. The run from here up to here is a failure swing that did not take out. Oh, this is liquidity, but this didn't, let's say it didn't break structure, if that makes it easier, which means after this point, there's only one thing we want to see. And structure might not make it very clear, but if you understand what should come after a failure swing, then you should be fine. I think most of the guys on 1v1 are here, so you know what I'm talking about. After the failure swing, we want that OLR. There we go, there we go. So OLR, how do you find your OLR? Find the last stop on rule. Where's the last time sell side was taken? Since this was a bullish failure swing. There's no such thing as a bullish failure swing. I'm just saying that to make it easy to understand. It's a failure swing to the upside. So the last time liquidity was taken, the higher lows inside here should hold liquidity. Pretty sure I explained this in the call yesterday. I wouldn't just leave it there without explaining it. So there, all liquidity taken. Now we're looking for market structure shift once the OLR is done, so we can get our entries. So inside here, should be easy to find anything that you use for market structure shift. And then the rest is just, we're looking for this to go higher. I didn't think this would happen so early, but shout out to Jake. Bought this. I think I sold this down and then he bought it up. It's really, really nice. M15. There. So just had internal liquidity taken. The drawn liquidity for me remains up here, whatever this price is. 0.646, I believe, is a drawn liquidity. For trades though, this order block, or well, it's not an order block if we didn't close below here. So we'd be looking at whichever body's lowest inside here. I would be interested in something bullish around here on a lower time frame. This is M15. So some M5 imbalance or something inside here would be tradable for me. And not very clear, but this is jumping out. So let's see if we can get that. Now think of going long. A couple of things I might need to factor in first, but for now, buys are on the table for me. UCAD, I think, I don't know which one, I think we missed the buy. We got the sell. Yeah, this was the sell we got yesterday. So pretty straightforward right now. Liquidity, OB, top, failed to take out the high, failure swing, OLR inside here, this low, taken, chopping out, waiting for news. So yeah, allow them to manipulate as much as they want inside a range like this. Want to drop it down again or spike it, but M15, let's see if M15 is clearer. We don't need you anymore, or you. This is a very good spike. Start of the day. All right, that makes sense. Lower prices for this. This is being drawn lower, and I would watch the candle bodies inside this. So from the closing price of this candle up to the closing price of that little white candle right there. That. I'll be looking for that. for the draw. So that's a potential 40, maybe 50 pips, depending on where we're getting, if it happens. For right now, we have old highs, big OB, 50% of big OB. I'm interested in this and that, nothing else. H1. Failure swing, OLR, shift, entry, liquidity taken. Where's the draw? Displacement, lots of wicks. That candle taps it, retracement is now allowed. This looks sus. At least just above 45 looks sus. But I still believe that we're drawn higher. So I don't see a trade right here at the moment. M15. Get that off. Yeah, this is too much. This is too much. This is almost like they're engineering efficiency to expand away from here. When price pushes higher like this, and then consolidates, it generally leads to another impulse higher. Doesn't usually consolidate and then drop. So since this is not clear, it's off my radar. EU, because why not? No idea what this was for yesterday, that little box. I'm just gonna take it off. Let's take a look at what we have here. These red lines don't mean anything to me at the moment. So this is the candle that closed below here. To wait for this to go along on H1 is madness, but logical, it's rules. Let's put 50% on and let's go M15. No form fit in the data. So this is 50% of the order block now. All right, cool. So inside the order block, let's look at the details. More lows, rejection block. Put that red line there. Let's make that a thing. Rejection blocks, red lines. So closed above here, nice as the market structure shift, came back, found support, fair value for buying. Then we pushed, failed to take this high. Even though this could be disregarded, it's still on the charts. So let's use this one instead. We failed to take this high. So this becomes a failure swing, which means we need OLR. So you look at the high when it becomes a swing high. So 1, 2, 3 candles, you wait for it to close here. At this point in time, you start looking for the higher lows. Between here and here, where are the higher lows? Just look for them. Those are the areas you want to target. 50% of 50% of the level of interest. Inside here, makes sense. This makes sense because generally my rule is if we have a range, let me just get a little bit graphical. If we have a range like this and the drawn liquidity is here and 50% of the range is here. Textbook, everybody knows market structure shift that higher. If we get this inside here, rebalancing before we take it, we take 50%. It means that this idea can be scaled into this portion here, then that 50% becomes the same thing. So then you watch the highs that are formed, trade stops. When this happens and it takes that 50%, we generally don't go back below here. Usually IOFED and then it push. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, you're welcome. So with that idea, we just traded above here. So moving fast above here would be expected. I don't see a clear trade here. Too much chop. Not interested in that. Same, I don't even need to analyze this. It's the same structure, too much chop. So the clear pairs today are AU longs if we get an entry, UCAD shorts if we get an entry. Gold, I mean, it's indecisive. NAS, let's go H1 first. Is it recorded? Yes, it's recorded. You're fine. You didn't miss anything, really. Just nothing that you don't already know. So, let's take this off. What do we have here? Imbalance, inefficient, premium, then run. We're now basically trading below this imbalance, and this looks very nice. So close. I would want to see price do that, but I'm bullish. So I need context to determine or frame an idea. Why would price want to go down here? Zoom up. Where's the draw on liquidity? If we're going to sweep internal to trade higher, we need a draw on liquidity. This is the highest high, I believe. Yes, which means that's my draw on liquidity at 11,632. Liquidity resting just above, just below. So if this second high didn't take that one, that's even nicer. It looked like it poked above it a little bit. But still in the grand scheme, those are relatively equal highs resting below liquidity. That's my draw. I don't have a market structure shift yet. We have a whole lot of failure swings and opposing liquidity runs, but there's no market structure shift. So that's what we need now. If they're going to more manipulation, because FOMC likes whiplash. If they're going to do more manipulation, then I'd be watching here. But for now, where this is right now, to me, is 50-50. It could just trade higher and get that market structure shift, get guys long and then crush them in FOMC. Or it could just start dropping now. And then you get a market structure shift and then very wild FOMC. Maybe no retracements FOMC. Either way, both of those scenarios look very likely. So as someone who is not trying to rush the gun, I'm not going to rush the gun with NAS. So this is pretty much no man's land. If I had to take a trade on NAS, absolutely had to. What would I do? Let's see. So this is the imbalance. Let's get this off. This is the imbalance. We displaced and close below the imbalance. Internal taken here. There's no imbalances in this rebalance of the imbalance. That makes sense. Usually we have one big candles or a series of candles inside here. In this case, there's none. This is efficient. If this is efficient, this candle's low is important, right? Trades up. There's only one down candle that closed above here, which is a good sign. If you expect them to trade lower and grab liquidity, and you have a potential area that could act as resistance or primary, you don't want to see down candles closing above that. So most times this person just look at the candles alone. Specifically, you don't want to see down candles closing above a quote unquote resistance area. And you can watch the sensitivity around that specific price. But anyway, one candle, I don't know what time this is, but it doesn't really matter. We have lots of movement afterwards. This is now acting as resistance, internal buy side taken. So my focus would move to the candle at total liquidity. Very logical, very rule-based. Did we trade below this low? Yes, it did. Resistance ideas again. So back inside this order block could, for me, set up, just overlap it with that. Maybe a nice little run low. And if they really like me, they'd push it all the way here. And then we could potentially see those longs. But for right now, that's the only thing that would get me interested. And in 4 minutes, we will find out. I don't trade this guy, but hey, that's what it's doing. I've been tempted to trade this guy. Very tempted. But because of the risk, I think I might need to play around with it first. Maybe in training, because I still train. And I think most persons find it weird that I still train. When I say trade, I mean maybe a small account, anywhere between $5 and $20, max $50, depending on what pairs I plan to trade, and just flip it with velocity. 0.05s, let's run it up. That's how I train. The more you do it, the more I do that, this is not financial advice. The more I do that, the more I feel comfortable trusting my setups. So we all back test, we know what it looks like, we know what your plan looks like. But when it forms, are you rigid? Just push the button once it forms. That's the only way to get this entry, unless you're using a limit. It forms, click. But yeah, I still train. I still train a lot. What's the risk like? It's not about risk when I'm training, really. I don't, so let me not say that. There are different ways to train. What I'm just referring to is me training executions, training myself to execute based on the model. So I'm accepting whatever risk comes with the setup. And it's just about, it formed, click, click, no hesitation, trust the model. You know what would make the setup invalid? So stop loss right there, take profit, all that good stuff. If I'm training for risk management, then I'll trade a higher time frame really. So I'll go to like a daily chart, frame the setup, enter, use a stop loss that the daily chart requires, which means I can't use a very large lot size. All right, just use the stop loss that the daily chart suggests, and then just leave it. You get the impulse to check it every minute, don't. And it's hard because I'm a scalper at heart. So I always want to check that. So yeah, you could pick one component of your trading and just train that one like per week. 1 week you trade risk, 1 week you trade executions, management, like mechanical management. When I'm doing mechanical management, I use 0.05s and I scale out 0.03 anywhere above 12 pips. And break even, let the rest run. Do that as often as possible, as mechanical as possible. And yeah. 1 minute until potential fireworks. 10 seconds early. UCAD pulling up to where we want it to be. NAS looks like it's gonna whipsaw. Just put NAS over here. Just so I can watch the other guys. Yeah, chop fest from things we expect to be chop fest. Not yet short for UCAD. But if this goes higher first to sell off, shorting UCAD might be risky. But as the rules dictate, this is the first 5 minutes of the news. Allow it. Like the British folks, allow it. So what's potentially happening here is this UCAD short setup is going to set up the long setup here. So they could get a little bit on the aggressive side and just run lower. And I'll be watching 11-2-1-5. I have a bet about where the low of the week is likely to form. I don't know if he's on the call. Let's see. That's the strength coming in. Expected that to start the day. No, I want for that, not yet there. No, I didn't look at that really. And yeah, so AU UCAD. Love the correlation between these two pairs. So since my analysis is done and I'm just framing inches now, I should be on M15 based on my rules. Really? That's not nice. That's not nice. Let's push further, Go very close to 215. 215. Was there a lower objective on this guy? I don't remember. Let me check. Yeah, potential. But let's see, 215.
Blouses and skirt.
Huh? Maybe that wasn't for me. Patience. This is the patience part. This has a little bit of room to the downside left, which opens the door for this being held or trading a little bit higher. But AU isn't where it needs to be. So intermarket analysis. Naz is going for that 215 level to make me look nice. So until then, I'll just be chilling.
Yo, Kish,
Hey, what's up?
couldn't just UCAD rebalance this entire candle because it's like a wick?
This candle here,
Yeah, that big candle.
it's a wick on what time frame?
1 hour.
So just here. Okay, let's see. What's the context of a rebalance here? Why would we trade higher? Or why should this guy trade higher? The drawn liquidity is clear. We've closed below here, which means we're pulling out the tools. That's your range. So balancing that wick makes sense because of this. But just looking at the big wick and then saying that it should rebalance it, I'm not a fan of that personally. There must be a logical reason for it to want to do that. In this case, I think this is a logical reason. So yeah, fully. But even without that, I want you to, I don't know, I'll just put a line there at that price. I want you to see so remember what I said about AU and the likelihood of it pulling back down here inside the FVG. Could be this FVG, I don't know. I like this, so it could be this FVG, but this is what I want for my participation. Because this hasn't gotten to where it should, well, when it was here, when UCAD got to the objective here, this is suggesting that we need more DXY strength. So selling this off the whim, which is what I wanted to do. And add audio from TikTok. Hey, insert that right there. So this is opening the door for more downside. Here's that 50% level being tapped. Is it worth it? We don't trade levels. That's the rule. We don't trade levels, but I want to go short this guy. I don't think it's ready. Maybe they're just building in a premium for news. So if that's the case, at or above this red line is where we should enter. So tapping the level means nothing. Unless it taps, it creates an order block and then retraces. Outside of that, it's a whatever. For completeness sake, this is the FVG that they could, in my opinion, choose to rebalance or reject before going higher. For precision, I want this. I want it as close to 0.64 as possible. I guess they're going to take this. Either way, I don't like it. Yep. It looks logical. These in here look logical, but again, for me, I just don't like it. And I don't remember what we did here. This was the chart we set up, may not need to trade lower. DXY is pushing, which means potentially none of this is going to exist. So we'd go back to another version of unseen voids. So the Fire Your Boss video specifically mentioned something about how you could view price action that don't exist. But anyway, I'm liking UCAD. UCAD is looking well behaved. Trading back into premium now. It is 838. I shouldn't go short yet. So allow it to push. Which means go lower. Slow on the scan. Did it get to 215? 15 off. That's not good enough. Let me check. I'm not impressed, UCAD. I don't know what the line was for, but tapping that line and then dropping, it's not impressive. Gold is screaming. Yeah, I mean, makes sense, but no. When you analyze multiple pairs, you need to be rigid in that sense. This looks like a nice short. You need to decide of all the pairs you analyze, which one is the best one to trade. Let's keep that there. Sitting, doing nothing, watching price action. I'll keep that in mind. On the off chance it decides to not take this high, I'll need this level. This looks like a nice short. Hey, you got to the FVG already? That's interesting. No, that's not interesting, AU. I wasn't looking. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. I'm feeling like putting 20 points on Nas. I don't think UCAD is done. I think UCAD wants to push higher one more time. And then AU maybe want to give me my entry. Either way, what a block candidate. Why? There. Fails to take here. I want it down here again. This is so tempting. I probably should. Not when it's like this. Maybe it has to be above 280. I'll just put my stop at 11.3. Outside of that, I don't care. Let me quickly check the target for today. I'm at 19 something. So I should end the day minimum 1980 minimum. And then the next objective is 2,220. I'll probably go for 2,220 today. Should comfortably be able to net 200 daily with a 1900 balance. Yeah, resist the urge to catch up. And then the thing is, I don't know how many persons are actually doing it. I've asked multiple times, are you doing it? Are you doing it? Nobody responded. So the bulk of the times, like when I'm doing the recovery stuff, I know you are, Jake. I know you are. You know, I just call
Only
Ed.
me, you, and Bomba Clark, Jake, man. Only me, you, and Jake. Nobody else will do it. Don't let them feel like you. Don't let them feel like you about catch up. Them now want catch up. Them just want money.
Oh, I think Nicholas is doing it as well. I think so. But yeah.
All right, Nick. All right. Karim, me see you.
Karim is doing it, yeah.
What do you mean you try to recover? We never lose. What you try to recover? How what do you mean?
No. They're not on the recovery calls. So on the recovery calls, I'm doing things I haven't made public. That's why. So if I don't know you're doing it, then I don't know how to help you there. Spoofing. All right, so quite a few persons doing it. So I'll incorporate some sauce one of these days.
You're doing it. Send me a screenshot. We want to see something.
One of these days I'll do. So it took the high, tempting me to long this. But I still feel like it should trade deeper. I mean, the stop is negligible, if we're being honest. The stop really isn't that big a deal, but let's wait. Naz, you owe me so much money for missing all these big moves. I'll catch you one of these days. So right now I'm caught between, do I mechanically enter here? It's a 15 pip stop, so that's okay. Or do I wait for the price I want? What time is it? 8:46. Just playing with my emotions. What do you mean mechanically, Leon? You're asking me?
You just said mechanically, Kish.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Wow.
Said mechanically enter,
Oh, as in manually.
as in
That's-
manually.
Yeah, I should have said manually. This looks very forgiving. Why are they giving me so many chances to enter? It's a trap.
I got an EU again. Well, not again. I got into EU.
You went short?
No, I'm along.
Okay. Why? Not saying you're wrong, just asking why.
Is this the public chat?
Yeah. Oh, okay. uh, long looks sus though. That long looks very sus. Because I want to short this. Maybe it's my emotions. Maybe I'm not thinking clearly. This looks like IOFED for about 20 pips. Everything looks so forgiving. I'm not buying it. I feel like I'm being baited. This price action feels like it's baiting me. Why is it staying around at the confirmation area so long?
Feels like a blunder.
Yeah. Which means goodbye, Siri. It's coming for you.
It's okay. Risk is managed.
VM says the cycle allows EU to buy. I know. I'm curious if ZM is in 1v1 or not. Very curious what he means by that. No. Oh, you guys are probably intrigued by the conversation or the stuff God's kid usually says. Is he here? No, he's not. He's not here. So swings like these are when you tend to feel like you missed something, especially if you're like me now when I wanted to enter at 12,280 and all of this, it feels like you may have missed it. And then the urge to get in like here just to get a piece of the action starts popping up. But that's usually where you blunder. Demand your entry price. You could be loose with the exit, but demand your entry price. Exit doesn't allow you to frame risk. Your entry does.
All right.
You got you?
Yeah.
You had a tight stop.
Oh, yeah.
So it's FOMC and the dollar is underlyingly bearish. So the likely expectation is that the day would start off with bullishness. So I sent that in the chat this morning. I'm expecting them to manipulate price. So anything that's bullish and we're opening in premium today, they should be pushing it back to discount. So easiest way to check that is the day before FOMC, what closed as a very bullish day and where was it in the daily range. If it's high up like this, expect them to drop it back down and then it pushes. He got you. Yeah. I want to do away with the idea of thinking like a trader. You open the charts, I want to trade. Open the charts and where's the liquidity? Where are the guys who are trading chart patterns? Where they put in their stop? Let's get them. And like when you're in school, you pick your crew. Pick the crowd you want to run with. I want to run with the guys who are taking the liquidity, not the guys who are being liquidity. Where are the pig? Could you check the 1v1? Bam, bam, bam. What'd you say? It's like engineering liquid in both sides of this market. What pair is this? UCAD. Retail traders would be looking to short. I don't know what all of this technical magic means, if I'm being honest. But this chart looks bearish to me. That chart you sent looks very bearish. Very, very bearish. Sentiment analysis. I mean, retail traders win too. It's not like they're always losing. This is that 20 pip grab I was talking about. But why are we stuck in a range like this for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 M5 candles? They've all been doing this on every pair that we're looking at. Here, here, here. I don't know what gold is doing, but looks like it. EU, GU, M5. Maybe not as messy. But things like that should keep you out. They're watching us. I'm watching them. I'm watching if they're trying to push it down to 11,215 so I could go long. If it doesn't form, then we're open to answering questions until that time. What time is it? 8:54. Oh, I see. So let's get that high. UCAD, let's get that high. I should have held on to gold like a vice grip. You sold gold? Yeah.
Yeah, I did this morning, but I
Nice.
took my profits on a run.
That's a win. Sounds like a win to me. That sounds like a win. Oh, John is butchering it. Absolutely butchering it. Good Lord. Why am I not surprised though? Someone's in the chat. Yeah. I just saw the picture you sent me. Brutal, man, brutal. But nothing is setting up, guys. Again, this is the order block we're looking at. Trade above it, it's accumulated inside it now, which means every push above should be a failure swing. So then we start watching the lows for OLR. So this is required to trade lower for my participation. Around 634. I didn't check. I know there's something unseen below 6.4. Right below 6.4, 0.64. So it's required. I would prefer them to do it fast so I don't get enticed into taking a trade inside here and then get stopped, which is why I'm using the intermarket analysis. There's no signs of weakness here because we haven't taken this low. We don't even have price closing in inside here. So this is still heavy. Yeah, lower. There's no market structure shift inside here yet. So lower. So are there trades forming? Yes. What's the best trading view feed for NAS? I don't know, but I'll tell you the one I use. I use NAS 100. And let me tell you the next one. The USA 100 feed comes from, where do you see that again? Capital.com. Capital.com is the one I use. So yeah. This is the frustrating part of trading. This right here. Because you keep wondering, do I enter? Do I enter again? Do I enter again? Starts pushing close to you. Do I move my stop? Do I take the stop off? Then kapow. Account is gone. So you have to demand what you want. I want this to enter, then I'll enter. Doesn't form, that's it. I want it to form within a time period, if we're being precise. And if it forms, then yeah, UCAT to the high, that's nice. UCAT taking that high is very nice. Is this worth my 20 pips right now? I don't know, I'm not convinced. I am not convinced. What's the XY doing? Let's go M15, maybe M5 for a clearer view. What is this? Not good enough. Push higher. Not good enough, DXY. Push higher. Okay, NAS. Missed the short at 11,280. No big deal. You win some, you miss some. No trades yet. UCAT short on the menu. AU longs if it plays, and then NAS longs if it plays. Those are the only things on my mind today. Plus the oops, yeah. Plus the idea that I should consider reducing risk, trading ahead of high impact news. But yeah, this price action isn't enter no price action. You in AU longs already? I'm guessing you went long in this candle here. Knowing you.
Hey, Kish, quick question.
Sure.
When looking at the Holy Trinity, the NAS, SPY, and Dow on the weekly, would you say that all three have traded into some sort of like premium array, or is that something you shouldn't really worry about?
The assumption is that I look at all three of those pairs, but I don't look at SMT, so I don't look at them like that. think the last time I did that was with Sean.
Uh-huh.
That's a long time ago, probably about a month or two.
Right. Gotcha. Also, you don't really. I see. Okay. But is that something you would worry about? Because when glancing at all three, they've like one traded into weekly FEG. I think one was a order block. Is that not something you would worry about? You would just stick to your NAS and you don't really.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Trade what I
Gotcha.
see. That's why you have to let your rules guide
Mhm.
you instead of trusting every single bit of price action.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I was already starting to overthink things. I see. Appreciate it.
All good. So again, just watch the price action here and see how it's moving, but it's not giving you something worth taking, in my opinion. So might already be a long call for most persons, but this is what it is when you're trading for real. It's not always, unless you're going to just click and hold. Still inside the order block. This is the only thing I would feel comfortable selling right here, but then stop placement would be important. If we zoom out for a second. Yeah, we should. I believe we should see downside. But it's a day when we're ahead of news. You have to allow for price action to show you what's going on. I can see this. I can see internal has been taken here. I can see FVG here. They may need to rebalance at an end push. I can see that, but so what? So what if we can see that? Now it's up to Tuesday's low. Pretty normal. What's going on here? IPTA don't lie. Sound like you're looking for something, sir. Okay, question has been answered. All good. Do. Give me 1 sec. I'll just split the screen so you can see more data. Just give me a sec. Let me grab something. Okay, I'm back. Need to confirm something. My app. So my app regulates my fasting schedule. So it's gave me a different plan, which means after the next 52 minutes, I should fast until tomorrow. That's about 8 or 10 a.m. So I remember I saw that the schedule changed. I just needed to confirm it. So let's see what's up. Okay. What we're expecting, nothing new, nothing surprising. I'll send you a picture in the channel. I'll show you what I'm looking at right now. We have time, guys. We have time, so relax. I guess I'll just send it in the main channel. Why not? So that's the app. And there we go. 51 minutes before I start fasting for the rest of the day. All right. Make sure you're, yeah. I try to. I'm not perfect, but I do try. I do try. So the first temptation to just buy this here mechanically is in play, but we have a good couple minutes that would allow for them to trade below here. So remember, when this was happening, we said that this is the accumulation. So the OLR is coming. They're going to take a low that was created. This is the first one, which is why I was okay with just sitting and chilling and waiting for that. I'm in no rush. Make sure you play some video games. Yeah. I still play Asphalt 8. I don't know, I just like it. Surround sound audio and I just play to my heart's content. Nice UCAD looking good. I think UCAD M15 was clearer. Let's keep that level in mind. Let's take this off and this off. Let's keep this in mind on M5. And do I want to set a limit at 365? Let's check something real quickly. Period separators. This was the high that was rated. So we basically have a rejection block right here. So this red line could go. So that's a bit sus. Something about this I don't like. I mean, it's there, but this is a larger body. So let's tag that candles low. Let's look at the range between those. Between here, that's a solid 8 pips. So in theory, let's see, worst case scenario. 21, 220. Worst case scenario is they want to tag this again. I don't think we need to. So I'm considering entering somewhere inside here and then hold it, but it has to be above this for sure. We have time. Wasn't looking at that. Neither that. Neither that. Neither that. But here's Naz. Let's do that screen splitter thingy again. Sheesh. Hurry up already. And 36.5. So we're not going to enter before 36.5 on Naz. That's what I want to enter at. What are they waiting for? Sounds like I'm getting a whole lot of messages. Let me check. Bam. Jake, I just saw your message. Oof, that's a funny one. That's definitely a funny one. Right, should be getting close to where the entry should be forming now. I like that Naz is finally going where it needs to. And I like that UCAD is also showing signs, really nice signs. And the star of the show is back inside the OB. So are they going to play nice and give me that 215? So one more for the guys who sold here. It's one more. Wapow. Wapow. I want this M5 candle to be bullish and wapow. I'll fade it. Shakir sold gold for the culture, for the culture. So let's see if I can get that 11,215 and then that wapow at 365 or anywhere above it. Man. Yeah, I usually use a static 20 pip stop. My studies shows that, or showed rather, that whenever I wait patiently for the conditions I want, a 20 pip stop is generally ideal. OLR forming, very nice. So just one more for the culture. That's all I want. One more for the culture. One more wapow. Just one more and we should be fine. I mean, let's be honest. If this wasn't a call and you were trading on your own, 90% of persons would already be in a trade. Facts, it's a given. Either it's a losing trade or a winning trade, you would have done something already. I haven't touched this.
My name's Tish, and I'm better than all of you.
Wow. I mean, if you're trading tight stops, I could go to M1 and then that would be okay, but that's not the point. That's it. Trading an M1 with tight stop is synonymous to me just doing the challenge alone and then showing you the results afterwards. I'm sticking to the stuff that I've talked about. So that way, it's not just, hey, it signals, let me just do what it does. You understand why I'm doing whatever I'm doing. Yes, quote from Surrey the Great. Patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. Yep, I know what I want. I know why I'm waiting. I don't see it. So I'm not missing anything. The short I would have taken would have been here. Probably like a millisecond too slow to click. That's fine, no money lost. AU back to my level. See, because I want that WAPO, I'm allowing for AU in the next 2 minutes to WAPO here. There's no FEGs inside here. It is a small one. Big smile on my face. Ash, you wild, Ash. You wild. Man, I've been on the call for some time now, right? Waiting for this AU buy, this UCAD short, and this NAS long. And it is just not happening. All right, Dwayne, so you butchering that gold short too. Very nice. Independent thinkers, I love it. Independent thinkers. Even if your bias doesn't align with mine, even if I'm saying something and you see something else, I love that we trade our own analysis and we trust our process. Where's the WAPO? Where is the WAPO? If I enter here, my stop is gonna have to be at 346 and FOMO, man. FOMO squeezing on my hand, tugging on my shirt. Tugging on my shirt. All right, so let's see what this M5 candle does. This M5 candle should be nice. If it gets to 365, I'll consider fading it. If this gets below 220, close to 215, I'll consider fading it. But yeah, lame morning. Thank you, Shakir. Thank you. She's still sleeping. We were up late. So she's knocked out right now. Gold getting those lows for the gold traders. That buy Surrey took. Wild. This is just a mess.
Ouch.
And I don't remember what this is for. And this pair is a mess. I don't even know what the analysis on this is. Yeah, don't know what it's what analysis on this is. Some objective I had pointed to down here. Don't know why, but yeah, the FOMO is great, guys. The FOMO is great right now. The FOMO just, you know, that lecture when ICT says you pay for a premium, just put a small lot in, and then that's what that's the vibe I'm getting right now, because this just looks like the high of the morning. $9.22. And shout out. And a 5 pip stop shouldn't be of concern. It should be. Woo! FOMO is great. But we stay disciplined. We stay disciplined. We're not trying to get one good win so that we could feel good. We're trying to make sure that our process is rigid so we could do this any day, any pair, on any time frame. Indeed. On the bright side, if we get an entry anywhere inside here with a stop this tight, it could potentially allow for multiple entries. No, I went to check what the lot size should be and I didn't. All right, here goes nothing. M5 candle about to close. Let's get that push. And let me just really quickly check on today's day. There's Wednesday, so it's day 18. Day 18 lot size is 1.4. So 0.7 should be fine if I'm going to be scaling in multiple position. Gold buys. I like the idea. It makes sense, but I don't like gold today. And I usually love gold because it pays very nice. I just don't like where we are. Where we are is sus on gold. Absolute sus. This is why I'm demanding my price. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. I'm sitting still. I'm in no rush. No rush. Grab me some water. And do nothing if there's nothing to do. Sauce about trading gold. Look at that. This just feels wrong. And why I'm saying that is generally, if there's a trade setup, the ideal entry, you never see price staying there this long. So this entry that looks ideal, price staying here, feels underlinely wrong. I need what? 80 minus 28 is 52. Need $52. Is this worth it? This is the FOMO talking. FOMO is saying I could long here with a stop here and then run back to here. That's what FOMO is saying. Let's see who wins, me or FOMO. Is it going to run here before going low? Let's see. Yeah, I think it's allowing sentiment to build. Persons are short, tightening their stop because the price action is moving slow. Somebody understands just as much as I do. Maybe they're already long. Maybe they didn't demand precision, so just entered. Liquidity is building. Liquidity is building. This is requiring me to relax. And let me check if there's any other news for the morning. Well. In 3 minutes, there's news. An FOMC at 1 and 1:30. FOMC protocol requires that if we get a trade and it moves in the direction that we want, you have to, well, I'm taking 90% off. I take 90% off in FOMC days. And it's one of those times when I don't leave my stop at -1, but I trail it deep inside. Not about that life. Or I just close the entire trade. What's this? This is the allowing people to enter and destroy. They exist. Yes, they exist. They exist. Psychology 101 today. Mastering patience. Take comfort in the fact that nothing that we wanted to see has played out, and it's just setting up. And in the next minute, we ball. We should ball in the next minute. $11,215. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. So close to 1365, so close to 215. Don't you dare leave without me. Oof, it's a nice stretch. First 5 minutes of news. Who's sweating? Who can't stand being this patient? Who's this? Oh. With the jokes. I love you guys. You guys make trading fun. You guys make trading fun, I swear. Everybody else I know trades are all about being snobby nose professionals. All right, everything's starting to look nice. Nas is almost at that level I wanted to see. UCAD as well, which means AU is running on that low. Man, what time is it? All right, I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna reduce some risk, put the first set of positions on. So it's 0.7, so I'll go 0.35 for AU, and I'm gonna go along here. Ouch, it's a horrible entry because of spreads. Let's put that on. Let's cut the risk. Allow for let's allow this one though. I want it to enter as close to 365 as it would allow. Since the risk is reduced, I'll put my stop at if I get it at 450, I can put my stop at like 6. That should be decent enough. Yeah. Let's not be too wimpy about it. So about 30 pips on menu. So I got that. Both of those are, oh, this, I'm having my doubts about AU. But the risk is managed. And sounds like Ed. All right, so I'm getting at 215. So I'm gonna be looking to so 1.5. And about 90, thereabout. So about 35, so roughly about close to $100 risk on. And
shout out the SL at the bottom of the screen real quick, dog.
on second. So there. Once I get a confirmed what I want to see, I'll probably enter the other halves of the positions. But for now, this is to reward myself for the patience. So yeah, push this to 2K today, 2,220 if it allows. And yeah, that's that. NFP is week. Yeah, this is NFP week. That sounds good. CAD SL, it's on the screen. Should be on the screen. Everything should be on the screen right now. What's AU doing? AU is the only one I doubt. I have my doubts about AU. Yeah, so FOMO would have lost because we took this low first, which is what I wanted to enter at, but Spreads wouldn't allow it. What about gold? Gold longs could be considered if we take this candles high. But I need to be convinced. So it needs to close, not wick above, close above here. And then I'll consider gold longs. So there we go. So now for AU, since we've already gotten so much OLRs, how's the SL for AU? It's a very modest stop, really. I have $100 risk on. So in terms of risk percentages for the guys who always want to check that, that's about it's 10. It's not 10. It's not half of 10. Maybe about 7 or 8. I don't know. Can't check. Whatever it is, it's managed. Time. Very cute. Take this high again. Looking a little bit on the sus side now. Why is it taking so long? There's no reason. There's no reasonable grounds. Don't you expect NAS to get in the H1 FEG? I expect it to reject the FEG, which is why I reduced the risk. Buy from here. Yeah, I expect NAS to buy from here. But this is just a level. We don't trade levels, we trade the reaction of the levels. This was me trading the level mechanically. So reduce the risk. 50 ticks done. Sean for the win. Oh, the second start. Wild. Wild, wild, wild. But yeah, as we get close to the next 7 minutes, this should either validate or invalidate the setup. After 7 minutes, I shouldn't be wondering if this is onside or offside. I should either have my SL taken or confirmation. Current day view M5. Not sure what exactly that means. Nothing sexy about this entry. That's a downside of not using M1. Current view DXY. Oh, Still inside the order block, we're looking at, we need movement. I don't know what it's waiting for, besides news. Let me check Telegram. Mert. Mert, you're dissecting everything. All right, nice. Well done, well done. Lots of success stories. It's a good day. It's a good day. GU doing, what is this? Do we have UCAD movement yet? Okay. So let's see if the next M5 candle decides to be nice to me. Nah. Oof. Sorry, you guys make my day. You guys make it funny. All right, so here's where we either get stopped or it moves.
What the bomb cut you do?
Wait, aren't you reduced risk? Are you worried?
I mean, everything risk, full margin, everything that go on.
It's not a bad way to live at all. Not a bad way to live at all. Did I put TPs on these guys? I don't think I did, you know. AU and UCAD has no TP. So let's look at some reasonable take profits, scale up to the analysis time frame, not the execution time frame. It's a nice little high inside here. Let's use this. I don't remember what was priced that day for AU. And I don't want to check it. Where would be a nice take profit? Objectively this low. And then we could see retracements. So let's just go best case scenario to be here, but then manage accordingly. Nope, did it wrong. That was my entry time frame. It's never a good idea to frame setups based on your base targets based on your entry time frame. You're too zoomed in to the price action. So we have two levels to watch for potential partials if they move. This M5 is the do or die. AU looks like it's pushing close to my stop after making me wait. UCAD is fine. NAS is fine. As usual, if you took these with the same lots and all that good stuff, and you hit your targets, feel free to make a decision. Take partials, close, all that good stuff. You get paid for your decisions. There's nothing to do but wait. Watch price action. Unless you guys have questions in the chats, I'm just going to be vibing or punished. Good point. Good point. Good point. Or punished for them. So the only trade that we were somewhat not worried, let's say nervous to be realistic about, would have been AU. It's looking good. So yeah. First objective for me is what was it? 1980. So I need $50. So I'll see if the potential for second entries pop up after the next maybe 12 minutes. Can you explain why you wanted to see Nazar the H1 FEG? Where you entered before it even tagged it. This is a FVG that could be a breakaway gap. All right. So I really wanted to enter that 11,215. Remember, I said that in the chat yesterday for the low of the week, 11,215. So I wanted to enter there, and I would have entered mechanically with a stop below this FVG, right? Because the chances of this being a breakaway gap is high. I guess a simple explanation would be that I was confident that this was going to be a breakaway gap. So that means they wouldn't fill it in. So yeah. And remember earlier in the call, I said that we generally don't trade levels, but I'm trading this level. Instead of waiting for the reaction, I'm trading that. So it's not technically, it is my rule. There are filters when I will be a little bit forgiving with my entries. Yeah. Criteria for breakaway gaps. So it's a tricky question to answer because like everything else I trade, there is what the definition is, then there's what I learned from backtesting. So yeah, not exactly sure how to publicly answer that. I am liking the fact that we are trading above down candles highs. Logical retracement, this is potentially where I don't want to enter my second positions. Tighten my stops, keep the risk neutral. So I'm going to enter UCAD again for another short right here. And I'm gonna put it at 365 off the bat. And then I'll be watching. Not interested in entering AU here though. NAS kind of fumbled, but yeah. Why not AU? Because I don't see a way to reduce risk on my second position. I'd still be open for the same amount of risk. So it's more hoping than analysis. This now, I have reasons to believe that we could still reject here and then push lower. So I could even tighten all the stops, but I'm not. I'm allowing for this to show me its hand. Really. NAS I want along again. Really want along NAS again. Put this stop here, but we have 8 minutes before the new hourly candle opens. I wouldn't want to put my stop exactly at the hourly candle's low because this is technically the low of this hour. And then the next candle opens, taps it and then moves. So to be realistic with whatever you're doing. So UCAD for the win or not. So let's keep my attention on UCAD in the event that it needs aggressive management. This was clean. So I'm just sitting and reading my Telegram. And for the real challenge of the day, after the next 5 minutes, I'm not allowed to eat for about 16 hours. That should be fun. I got messages in the chat. What indicator do you use for the timer on the candles? Not even the cake, right? Not even the birthday cake. I'm not sure if I send the indicators in the public channel, but if not, I can. It's called a candle timer for one of them, and the other one is just show pips. It shows you how much pips you're in profit or loss depending on. So if AU is still in red, you'll see that this is a red negative 2 pips. This is up 24 points. And when you have multiple positions, it shows you the accumulated gain of all of them. So together, both of these are giving me about 6 pips right now. But yeah. And I don't think we're at 2K yet. No. Quite a little bit far. No, 3 minutes before I start thinking of, do I need to manage the positions? Do I need to walk away early? Do I need to accept the loss? What? Time and then price. So the time is next 3 minutes, and then I'll check the price. Until then, if you hear me quiet, just check in Telegram, see if you guys have any questions or following up with my one-on-one group. Huh? You're overthinking. Second, you're overthinking. No need to be, but you're overthinking. Not you, yeah. Well, you both said me, so I don't know who to respond to. The second me is overthinking. You can move in 1 minute to the hour. What's AU doing? Nothing really convincing. So let's wait. Nas looks like it's running back on me fast. It's okay. There goes my notification. Fasting until tomorrow at 6 a.m. Let the games begin. So now, AU first. What's going on here? Show me what's up, AU. Old low, accumulation. Remove this and put it here. I need willingness to go above this now. Nas entry. I'm fairly new to your channel. What's the one-on-one? So how do I describe that? I guess a private group where I teach my exact models and stuff I don't put on YouTube. Nasri entry, not convinced yet. We need displacement. Displacement. Group of very lucky individuals. Yeah. But yeah, we need movement. We need that movement now in this M5. So it's the first minute, we're allowing for it. We're open to the idea that this could potentially stop us out, and that's fine. But we need data. Since gold reached DOL level, Nas could reach. I haven't even looked on gold in a minute. It's not very clear, really. As long as it's below this blue line, I don't want to look at it. Really. My only concern now is, do I start tightening stops? Do I start waiting for something else? Because this is not clear, but this is the first M5. So we have to wait, at least for the closing price of this candle, or if it stops us out. But that's me. So you remember, if you got profit, if it's open now, you don't want to keep the risk on, remove the risk, and don't overthink it. But I don't make decisions based on emotions. Analysis. So like this. My analysis is saying I could buy this again. But I'm gonna have to tighten my stop to factor in the elevated risk that I'm taking on. Do I have sufficient confirmation that I can accept new risk here? I don't think so. So for that reason, I don't want to enter. So that's it. That is it. What happens if it screams higher? No, I don't care. My rules keep me in check. Two minutes. Do I get a small loss? Do we get full stopped out? M1, M1, M1. No. No need to do M1 yet. GJ is interesting. I don't see it. Oh, probably. I don't know what I did here or what I was showing anyone, but for some reason I had this marked as a target. Don't ask me why, I don't remember. But yeah. Ooh. Getting a whole lot of DXY strength coming in, man. Right in the last minute. Well, not the last minute, but at the end of the M5 candle. So let's see. Nothing spectacular, nothing. Yeah. Messages in the chat. Yeah, cancellation till FOMC is fine. That's also why I'm reducing risk. I'm fine with small losses here. Everything is pretty close to entry. What's UCAT doing? Pretty close to SL. Yeah. No biggie, no biggie. At about $100 risk on. That's fine. Your friends, no idea what that is. Your withdrawal is complete. It's a good way to start my morning. Possibly, but I don't see anything here again worth taking or worth looking at, to be honest. So I guess we could end the call here. Well, look at that. I think we're about to get stopped. Let's see first. As far as analysis, all my analysis is done. There's nothing to do here. So this stops me out. Somewhere about.
Boo.
As usual, Ed.
Ooh, boo.
What
Go stop top, boo.
not yeah, I can't trade. I got stopped out. Oh my. What am I ever going to do? Today that Wednesday. Today looking like Ed.
You're always ready for war, is it? Always ready for war. Come here, gun girl.
I don't think we need to do a recovery call, JP. This was one loss, and it's a small loss. If we take a full stop out of the $100, I mean, I don't think that merits a recovery call. This is what I was talking about, putting my stop at the low of the previous hourly candle. Sus. So part of me wants to buy again. Part of me believes that buying again is okay. But I don't have a reason to buy it. See? I have an order block. I have a rejection block, which would mean if this then that. UCAD was pretty close to SL. I think UCAD has the same blunder. The XY fitting in unseen stuff right now. Interesting. Interesting. Let loose. What? Yeah, AU has 0.639. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that one. So the reason I shorted this morning to get that. Whipsaw stuff. Why don't I trade US 30? I don't have a reason. I just don't really. I just started trading NAS. NAS was the indices I started working with, and I just stuck with it. So now biggie. So I'm down $28.70 for the day plus spreads, yeah. Am I doing it right, Ed? Accent is nice, ain't it?
What the fuck you talking about, what? You look all party you want to talk about anything, them anything in it.
I love it, Ed. I love it.
You look all blouse and skirt you.
I love it, Ed. I love it. Indeed, I love Wait, what's happening? What time is it? Naz is running for SL. What's SL again? 90? Pretty decent. Decent away. UCAD would probably be the one to push higher and take us out. But no biggie. What's this? I can't understand it. I tried what I can't. Yeah, he's trying to do Jamaican. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying his very hardest to do Jamaican. Failing at it miserably, but he's still trying. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Still low on this candle.
How you take it?
Me? I said you're a good guy.
Let me
Okay.
try what?
Try speaking Jamaican.
Such a bomber clock out there, boy.
Wait,
You don't know where Jamaica I'm from.
63980. Just checking the price of the day for what's it again? AU. I think it was pretty close to 63980. There we go. I popped to 63982.
Thank you. You know you appreciate good sounds.
Wow. Wow. Yep. AU just overlapped with Confluence. 63980 was the low of the day, the price of the day. And stopped. I didn't check my feed on the feed bank all it provided. That was it. So this is 82, which is like 2 ticks above it. 2 ticks above it. You get holding no close below here. Quite interesting. Nas in that FEG. Yeah. Yep. So if we get a close above my entry on Nas, that sets up a reason to enter again. But it has to close above my entry. What's gold doing? Something about this just doesn't look friendly. At the moment, it just doesn't look friendly. And out for Nas. Snail race. Tom, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the XR to trade lower. Holding low swept. Still not looking anywhere near. This, on the other hand, looks interesting. Let's see. Stay on the, yeah, I'm gonna stay on the call. I'm gonna stay on the call. Not gonna do anything wild. But if I set up farms to recover about $70, yeah, should be fine. I don't think I need to do anything out of the ordinary for that much. I wonder how deep in this FEG we are. Because if I'm correct about this being breakaway gap, we shouldn't be filling in the imbalance. That's what I think. So stop this candle's high. Oh, not this one. And this is 1179. Let's see, we'll see. Clearly not confirming higher prices yet. But I'll be looking to buy inside here. Should make for a decent stop. This is a nice setup, so I could use normal risk. And a part of me says just tighten UCAD stop and leave it as it is right there. But nah, risk is managed. Below 50%. Yeah, we are below 50%. On principle, that should be enough to buy, but there's no structural support. Ooh. Making me wait, making me work for it today. EUOB. This looks like EUOB formed. What time is it? What's the risk on that? Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's worth the risk. I'm gonna buy EU. Stops are a little bit tight, so I'm gonna use this. And I need to reserve leverage for the trades I actually want to take, which is this and NAS. So yeah, here we go. For some reason, after an update, this thing hides floating controls. But then I won't see if a chat comes up. I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. I'll probably check it some other time. So I currently have these two guys on. Making me wait. Making me considering this. The XY. In this world, we get paid for our decisions. I'm going to long this. I'm going to long AU again. Lot size. Let's keep it. And that spreads is keeping it ugly. Let's put it there. And another one, NAS. My risk right below the FEG. So 11,175. And given the risk environment, I don't intend on taking another trade today. So these will either recover the losses, well, very likely, or get stopped out and I'll call today a loss day and be done. Unless I get tempted. But for right now, I think we're cool. I think we should be fine now. And we need to get back to 19. Let's call it 2K. So we need like 150. Let's call it that. It should be fine. No big deal. So since I don't see a reason to manage this. The only thing I wanted to manage was UCAD, but then I accepted the risk. Once we start trading below this low, it should be okay to move both UCAD stops to that 365 level. And that should help to reduce the risk exposure. And from there, yeah, I don't think we have anything else to talk about. For TP, switch to my analysis time frame, M15, logical M15 target, could be filling this. So let's leave it there. We'll manage accordingly to recover the losses. AU M15, I don't remember where the target was, but this looks nice. And that's NAS. Didn't put a TP on NAS. M15. Just be ambitious. Put it all the way here. Maybe this low. Maybe this high. Put your take profit for NAS almost anywhere. What's important is recovering the losses again that we took. And oh, sorry, I was getting ready to break my fast. Actually, don't need to. It's gonna be a tough one. I will survive. Oh. But yeah, from an analysis standpoint or talking point standpoint, there isn't anything else I want to talk about or share. NAS stop loss 11,175.2. So 11,175 basically. Yeah. It's been about 2 hours now, so my eyes could use the rest. And maybe I'll pop back to look at my charts to check if I'm stopped out or not and reduce any risk if possible. But for now, I'm just gonna step away, enjoy some stretches. So we'll talk in the chat. Feel free to update me if any of my trades got stopped out. Dicks are an Asian line into. Not sure what you mean.
Yo, big man, before you go run away,
What's
what's the SL for nuns?
11175.2. So 11175 basically.
1175.2.
Mhm.
All right.
All right, cool.
Right,
So that's gonna end my day here.
All right, well, go on, Bumble Cat, well, go on, see you later. One love, one love,
All right,
one love.
cool.
Thanks, Kish.
No problem.